As we've discussed, the biker horde has many oddball lieutenants that occupy the ranks. However, the one that stands out as the strangest is this fellow named Smeg. He doesn't appear to be a talented fighter or an intelligent leader. Instead, he occupies a more bizarre role as Dementis' emotional support, hype man, translator, and jester. Whenever Dementis is giving a speech, Smeg is right there, pantomiming all these weird motions and noises that add emphasis to whatever's being said, almost like sign language. In a behind-the-scenes interview, actor David Collins said Smeg is there to help Dementis feel how he's feeling. Early versions of Dementis were even more emotionally stunted, and he required his teddy bear to express himself, moving its arms and legs like a puppet. He would only confide with the teddy bear, and presumably some of that idea later evolved into Smeg's character. Smeg is essentially an emotional support animal for Dementis, and the dog comparison is very prevalent in Furiosa. When he's tossed onto the ground next to the tracker dogs, there's a shot of him moving his head right alongside theirs while Dementis whistles. A very intentional choice to show he's on the same level or same spot on the hierarchy as the dogs. In fact, he might be even lower since at one point they look down on him. I also think his hood might be intended to look like a dog with droopy ears, but it could also resemble a religious garb like a cornet, or most likely a jester's hat since he fits the idea of the fool of the court. According to David Collins, he had an idea for Dementis to be petting Smeg like an animal when he was first introduced, but that was vetoed for being too strange, even to George Miller. I think Smeg might also have religious influence, since he was mentioned alongside the Happy Clappers cult, and he practically worships Dementis as a messiah. He's ecstatic to be in charge of choosing the war boy and remembering the detonator code for Gastown, like he gets to be part of some greater purpose Dementis has promised. However, as loyal as he is, Smeg is far from dangerous. He's rarely even shown riding a bike, and when he's a decoy during Furiosa's pursuit, he gets scared and throws off the disguise. Him and Big Jilly ride together in a few scenes, which could tie into their shared Robin Hood influence as Dementis' first companions. They also didn't have gangs in early versions, which especially makes sense for Smeg, who doesn't seem to be capable of leading anybody. In general, Smeg is treated poorly by the rest of the gang, mainly being shoved around and is stuck with a very derogatory name. The insult Smeg is even thrown around a few times in Fury Road. Also, even going off the emotional support dog comparison, Dementis is still very cruel and abusive towards Smeg, despite Smeg's clear admiration towards him. During the "There is no hope" speech, he hits him during the pantomiming act, though this is also Dementis at his darkest point. He does various other odd jobs for Dementis in the film, such as carrying his water and weapons for the 5-bike Teddy, and delivering messages to the Citadel. I find Smeg to be the most fascinating member of the biker horde for his symbolic role in Dementis' character. I'm curious what his role was like before the world fell, and how he went from a presumably normal person to a sad wretch of a man.